Welcome to another scintillating show on Rising Above Shadows of Abuse. Russell. I'm your host, Grace Ovba. Today I have the adorable and compassionate Lisa Marie Anzaldua. What are spiritual principles and universal laws? How do you integrate them with transpersonal psychology to enhance the therapeutic impact?
Yeah, spiritual principles. So to what extent are, the more we attend to our spiritual life, which is our devotion, which is ultimately everything that we've been describing could be considered that. It's the recognition in the I am within and the honoring of that. And also tending to your physical vessel, because we are an emanation of source. And so to what extent are you attending to your health and well-being physically? And, when we, in our nervous system, regulating our nervous system, the nervous system is the gateway to so many things like our awakening, Kundalini awakening. It's the thing that is moderated by the three beliefs of the ego construct controls the nervous system. When we gain control of through somatic work, our nervous system, we empower ourselves in the most profound ways. So those fundamentals for the spiritual aspect. So transpersonal psychology is recognizing there's more to your being than, it's not just this physical being and you're limited to just this experience. You start to realize that you're so much more than that, the energy within you is profound in each and every cell of your being. And that, you start to recognize that your consciousness itself has an impact on what you're experiencing, and that all is ultimately consciousness. So that sort of expanded self-awareness that leads to empowerment. It's spiritual power, right? And then you start to, so I'm trying to directly back to your question, because you asked, can you repeat the question? It was kind of a long question.
A winded question. Yeah, so I said, you've actually explained the spiritual principles and the universal laws. So the B part is, how do you integrate them with transpersonal psychology to enhance the therapeutic impact?
Yeah, so it's that. It's, it's attending to, so it's not just let's have a conversation and talk about, how you're disempowered and what is wrong, and try to find solutions from that scope of mind, just from our cognitive awareness that is incredibly limited. Instead, let's tap into body, mind, and spirit to allow that guidance to present itself.
I do understand what you're saying, because there are different aspects to a human being. We have body, soul, and spirit. So we have to cater for the three aspects of a human.
That's right. And oftentimes people try to just change their thinking. It works for some people. Just let me, or let's say, okay, so you asked the question about so let's say I'm working with a couple. I could talk all day long about, behavior changes that they already know they should be doing and could do, but it's not going to maintain itself because we haven't gotten to the cause of the absence of that. And there's an emotional cause. We have to address the emotional body first, so then we can start changing the way they perceive what's happening and believing and thinking. And then from there, we can change the behavior. So it's methodical, it's not the other way around.
Thank you so much for that. It's Cassandra Syndrome. What are the unique challenges and dynamics?
Cassandra, so the name is an umbrella term it's not the best in the world, but I love the fact that it's gaining attention, because now there's something that these women who are struggling with such a unique experience across that term, and they think, oh, there's something there for me. It's like a great window into recognizing how they're not alone in their experience, and people can offer in guidance for them. So Cassandra Syndrome is essentially the idea originally, it's based on Greek mythology, but it's that nobody believes them, because usually the ASD partner has developed a coping mechanism to cope with society and to get ahead, to work and that sort of thing, which is called masking. It's essentially trying to pretend to be neurotypical. They've had to do that. And so out in the world, people perceive them in a particular way. Usually they're quite successful and all, high status and capable of having conversations with people, and they appear one way to the external world. But when at home, it's a completely different dynamic. There's They shut down because they're burnt out from the day of having to mask all day. There are other variables. Point being, they usually go through a period of trying to explain to people what they're going through, seeking guidance, and people don't understand. They think they're lying, the holistic partner. And so, then that's not always the case, but that's what I use that now as an umbrella term to mean you have gone through years. Usually women who come to me, they've been married for 15, 20 years. They have children. They're in a place of just realizing, oh my gosh, it's ASD. What to do now? I feel numb. I have psychosomatic illness. I am lost myself completely. I'm terrified because I'm attached. I don't know what to do. Should I stay? Should I go? There's all these questions that are come up. And so I help them through that process. As we started in the beginning of this session discussing, I help them with a framework, gain clarity, heal, and reclaim themselves so that they can know what they're doing and feel empowered.
What do you think, listeners and viewers? Please leave your comments via email address risingaboveshadowsofabuse@gmail.com. Take care, be safe, and be positive. Bye for now.